Hello everyone and welcome. I have always found that one of the things we really want our interpretation experiences to do is to create or at least spark some sort of transformation for our visitors. Whether it be about sparking a new sense of curiosity about a subject, a theme, or it being an actual influence, a positive influence in their lives to create or to spark something new, a change almost. And there are many different ways of looking at transformation, but it is actually something that you can design for and create room and space for in your preparation and in your work when you're doing interpretation experiences. So I thought this was worth having a look at. It's an interesting concept. It can be tricky, but there are certain questions you can ask yourself in the creation and in the planning process that can help you look at transformation as an important part of your interpretation experiences. As always, if you like the content of these videos, please remember to like them, subscribe to the channel, and add your comments below. So what exactly is a transformation meant to do? Well, a transformation is really all about the new, sometimes the new you, sometimes creating a new project or a new concept or a new approach to something. So whenever we do, well, most things in life, when we do an education, it's a transformation. When we do a course, when we do any sort of learning, when we do coaching, when we go to the fitness center, we hope that it will create some sort of positive transformation. When we go on a diet is another good example. We want to transform ourselves or our lives to be something different, something better, or to do or to have something that is better or different for us. It's really all about increasing the knowledge and our experiences, and also becoming, it's the journey of becoming this new person or getting or gaining something new. So it's all about becoming, having, being something different, and of course ideally something that's better than what you have right now. When creating interpretation experiences, there are things we can have at least think about, but also try to incorporate in our planning of interpretation experiences that can create this sense of transformation for our visitors, and also very much for us as creators. First of all, make room for learning. I think especially in museums and heritage sites, cultural institutions, learning is such a huge thing. Learning is one of the biggest transformations ever, because we open new doors, we broaden our horizons essentially. Create those aha moments, those moments of curiosity, of excitement, of awe, also of challenge. Challenge your audiences with dilemmas and with situations that are not particularly easy to solve as well. That's part of learning. It's part of creating aha moments too. And then a very important one, make sure there's space and room for actions, for interaction, and for participation, for doing something. We don't just learn with our minds, we learn when we do, when we try, when we experiment physically as well. So make sure that there's room for that kind of thing. Provide knowledge. That's not very hard for museums generally, but also inspiration, motivation, be the support for your visitors to create new networks, create connections with others who have the same interest, and the contact between them. Make sure that you become that the heart of that connection and the support and that network, because that means they will always come back to you. And one of the ways of doing that is to make your visitors commit to staying in touch with you, not necessarily physically, it can also be online, by providing solutions or perhaps answers to their problems, to their curiosity, to their questions, to what they want to learn about. If you can be that source of information that they come back to, that they return to, either for more knowledge or for ways of solving problems, for satisfying their curiosity, for staying in touch with other people, for networking, etc. You have made yourself a really, really important player in this transformation process. Also think about how you can create an outcome for your visitors, something they can take with them, not necessarily physically a product they take with them, but maybe a mindset change, maybe a new way of thinking, a new approach to life, to learning, to their lives, that they can literally take with them from the experiences that you have just given them. So in other words, what it's really about is to be the first step in what is hopefully a long-term transformation process for them. If you can act at that as that first step, they're never really going to forget you. They're going to come back for more, and you have created a long-term relationship with your audiences, with your visitors, through sparking a transformation or a new change process for them. There's so many different ways of going about transformation and looking at it, and what works for the individual, but also very much what works for the different organizations and institutions, museums and so on. It has to be something that is very true to what you stand for as an organization, something that you can really follow through. That's the key thing about creating transformational experiences. If you try to set something up that is not really aligned to your values as an organization, or that your staff is not really buying into, you're definitely setting yourself up for failure. So it's so important that you walk the talk, and that you find a way of engaging with the process of transformation that works for you, with your stories, with your content, with the experiences, and your communication, the way you communicate with your audiences as well. It's a really interesting term to have a think about and to try and incorporate in your experiences, I find. And there's so many ways of doing it. So please let me know how you have gone about this. Do you have any great examples, case studies that you want to share? Then it would be really, really lovely to hear from you.